Hello Pokemon trainers, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Battle Stadium singles video here on iStarly TV. This is part of my Road to Master series where I try to climb the online ranked Battle Stadium singles ladder, and today we are continuing with the team that I used earlier in the week. This is my, I guess technically kind of team of the week for this week, and this is a team that was made by a Smogon user in the Smogon forum, so I'll post a link to their descriptive post about the team and the Pokepaste as well. The Pokepaste is in their post. But just basically this team is using the core of Iron Hands and Arboliva, two bulky Pokemon with pretty unique typings that are also both decently offensive as well, and then we've got a few other things as well as something strange like Toxapex. But anyways, let's get to some games. Alright, so looking at my opponent's team, they have a lot of similar Pokemon to me. They also have Gastrodon. Let me try to think first about what my threats are going to be. I think on my end, something like Chien-Pao looks like a threat to my opponent. Bundle also might look like a pretty good threat to them, and in fact, I do think Iron Bundle looks pretty good here. It's good against a lot of their team, and even Gastrodon, who typically is good against water types, actually takes super effective damage from Freeze Dry, so I do think I want to bring Iron Bundle here. I probably will lead with it, and then from there, I probably will just end up bringing the core of Iron Hands and Arboliva. I kind of think that's what I did a lot last video, though, was I brought Iron Bundle, Iron Hands, and Arboliva. So this video, I should try to mix things up a little bit. The thing is, those three Pokemon look really good against my opponent's team, so I'm actually gonna bring those for this battle. And then in the next battle, I'll try to force another comp because, like I said, you know, I do want to try out the whole team, but I think if I remember correctly, I brought those exact three Pokemon to almost every battle last video, maybe every battle, we'll see. But either way, they have Chien-Pao, which I'm not too afraid of for Iron Bundle. Iron Bundle, I've said this before, but Iron Bundle actually is pretty bulky. It has pretty good defense and then really good special attack and really good speed. So kind of a weird stat spread because usually Pokemon that are really good offensively typically aren't also good defensively, but Iron Bundle also is good defensively, at least from the physical defense standpoint. Cool, we're fighting in the Elite Four room. They lead Iron Hands, which is a really good play on their part. They expected me to lead with Iron Bundle, so I guess that was really predictable on my part. And unfortunately, I actually just don't have a good switch into this. So that's, the funny thing is, you know, this core is showing off Iron Hands and Arboliva, but both of those are actually weak to Iron Hands on my opponent's end. So I guess I should have thought that through a little bit better and maybe brought something like Annihilate. Honestly though, in general, my team looks decently weak to Iron Hands. So that might be something that the person who made this team might not have thought about. Or maybe I'm just like playing it wrong. Honestly, I kind of think I just need to... I mean, I assess that Iron Bundle's good against a lot of their team, so it feels bad to lose it right now. But at the same time, I just don't have a good switch. I think I might have to go into my own Iron Hands and hope I take no damage. What? Wait. Didn't I switch? Or... I guess I wasn't paying attention because I meant to switch there, and that actually would have been a perfect switch for me. I thought I switched. I don't know what happened there. I was kind of looking at my other thing over here. I was looking off screen basically, and I thought I switched. I meant to switch, so hopefully I just go Thunder Punch rather than Drain Punch here. And then I probably will just go ahead and Terrasilize my Iron Hands, assuming I survive this exchange. They do go Thunder Punch. Perfect. That's perfect. I could not have asked for a better sequence there. And now the funny thing here is they're probably going to go for Drain Punch or Close Combat. They're probably going to go for a fighting type move here, expecting, like, knowing that Thunder Punch is not going to do a lot. And I think I'm just going to Scout with Drain Punch just to get off some damage. If they are also leftovers, that could be awkward, but they do end up switching out, which could end up being really good for me. Let's see what they go into. Oh, good play, good play. They go into Dragapult. I'm going to be a Fairy type though. Dragapult's actually great against Iron Hands because it does resist or is immune to both of my stab. However, Iron Hands also learns Ice Punch. Now, of course, mine does not have Ice Punch, but that's something they've got to think about, right? Like the fact that Iron Hands can run Ice Punch. So I'm a little surprised my opponent went into that, but either way, I get some leftovers recovery, which will be helpful for later, and now I have a decent switch into their Iron Hands, although at the same time, I lost my Electric type, so I don't resist electric anymore. So I'm just going to go ahead and go right into Arboliva. I don't really think there's too much that they can do that's going to be too threatening to Arboliva. I guess if they're a physical attacker, this could be really bad for me. Actually, yeah, maybe I should have stayed in. We're just going to scout, though, because it is likely that they're going to go for a ghost-type move. So Arboliva can switch in kind of for free, and then we'll just kind of make an assessment beyond that point. And it's shiny as well. Shiny Arboliva is actually really cool. So this is a little rough now. I think my opponent's playing pretty well with what they have. They could go into hands. If they go into Iron Hands, honestly, I'm just going to stay in. Yeah, they go into Iron Hands. They do have Fake Out, though, so they'll know that we're going to stay in. Yeah, this is just not great for me all around. Okay, whatever. I'm going to go into my Iron Hands again. Hopefully with leftovers and grassy terrain, I can get enough recovery back to make this not that great of a play for my opponent. And then I might just go ahead. It's like, oh, it's transparent. That looks really cool. Oh, they do Drain Punch. Interesting. Okay. Thing is, Arboliva is kind of as good as dead at this point anyway. So I'm not loving my position, but basically I'm going to kind of need my Iron Hands to kind of win this game. I don't think that my opponent's choiced. I'm going to go Swords Dance here. Because if they just switch into Dragapult, it'll make my Thunder Punches more threatening, even though, of course, I know that I am going to be, or they're going to resist Thunder Punch. This at least might scare them a little bit. And if they stay in and just Thunder Punch me, I should take it. Okay, I am faster, which is good, although of course that could be a speed tie, but if I am faster than them, that could be useful information. They go Thunder Punch and it does not do that much damage, which is nice. And then we get the recovery here. And I don't think I need... I was going to say, I don't think I need to mess around and I should just Drain Punch, but then they might just go into Dragapult. If I Swords Dance, that's pretty I'm going to Swords Dance. I think it's more proactive. I know that their Thunder Punches are not doing that much damage to me at all. So I just think it's pretty likely that they're going to be switching into Dragapult. And if I go for Drain Punch there, I mean, if I go for Drain Punch and they go into Dragapult, that's just a worst case scenario. Whereas if I go for Swords Dance here and they go into Dragapult, it's better for me because it means my follow-up move is going to be doing more damage to them. So they do go into Dragapult. And I am going to get off a second Swords Dance. Iron Hands, of course, has a really high attack stat naturally. So by being at +4, I am in a really good position here. And like I said, I know Iron Bundle's really good against most of their team. So if I can get to a point where I maybe knock out 1 or 2 Pokemon with Iron Hands before it goes down, Iron Bundle might be able to clean up. They go Phantom Force. So that's really annoying, actually. I mean, I could switch into Arboliva, but... I kind of wonder if their choice. I wonder if I switch into Arboliva if I force a switch. I'm gonna Thunder Punch. We'll learn if they're choice. Okay, that does less than half, which I'm happy about. And then we get off a Thunder Punch, which is really nice. Okay, if they go Phantom Force again, then I'll know that they're probably choice. And that'll let me go right back into my Arboliva, which might actually force a switch. Although that Thunder Punch did so much damage, they don't really have a good switch into this. They go Phantom Force again, okay. I'm gonna get a little bit of leftovers recovery. And I think I think I switch here. Dragapult's scary. Dragapult's still pretty good. People don't use it as much, but it is still the fastest thing in the meta. I'm gonna go into Arboliva here, which seems kind of obvious. I'm surprised my opponent isn't expecting this. They might surprise me and reveal that they're actually not choice though. So if that's the case, then that's a worst case scenario for me. But we're gonna see. Yeah, they Phantom Force. If they're choice, they have to switch, which gives me a free turn to go for, I guess, Dazzling Gleam, because it's super effective against both Dragapult and Iron Hands. And then if not, then they'll reveal who their third Pokemon is. So if it is Iron Hands, this is kind of strange on my opponent's part because... yeah, we just get off a lot of damage for almost nothing. Okay, we get a crit there. Now, they're probably going to have Drain Punch, of course, but given how everything's gone, just gonna stay in and Gleam again. I think I might even be possibly faster. No, I'm not. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. So they knock us out with the Drain Punch. They get a little bit of recovery here. I'm totally fine with this though, because I just get to go right back into my own Iron Hands. We also get the Grassy Terrain once again, although awkwardly that is gonna give my opponent some recovery as well. But I get to go right back into my own Iron Hands and set up yet another Swords Dance. And I think we're also really well positioned against their Dragapult with our Iron Hands, because even if they go for Phantom Force, we can just set up a sub. So I'm actually kind of liking where we're at right now. Again, there's also a good chance we're faster than their Iron Hands, and we know that no matter what move they go for, they're not doing that much damage to us. So I feel pretty confident. And like I said, if I somehow can take down their Iron Hands and their Dragapult before going into Iron Bundle, then I think Iron Bundle probably has a good chance against a lot of my opponent's remaining Pokemon. But Iron Hands in general is just really good. I guess I could have gone sub there expecting a possible Dragapult switch, but we'll see. Yeah, I am putting my opponent in a bind here. And I mean, again, this team is meant to showcase Iron Hands, and it's doing a really good job of that. I think Iron Hands is a fantastic Pokemon. They go Thunder Punch, and it does very little. Okay, something I'm afraid of is the fact that I'm now a Fairy type. I actually can be paralyzed, so that is something I'm going to have to be aware of. I think I just go Drain Punch now, just get off the damage. If they go into Dragapult, I'll probably have to just sub. I think it's pretty likely they go Dragapult. Oh, they don't. Okay. I guess they knew that I've been kind of out-predicting them, so they just decided that I would not go for Drain Punch there, I guess. But given the bulk of Iron Hands, I don't do that much damage to them, unfortunately. But maybe another one will kill them. I am tempted to go for another Swords Dance. Like, they are very gradually chipping away at my HP. I'm gonna Drain Punch again. I feel like it's pretty. Now that they know that now that they know that I went for Drain Punch there, I think it was kind of likely that they go into Dragapult here. So I should have predicted that. Yeah, that was kind of bad on my part. All right, that's fine. So we both get some recovery, which again is pretty awkward here. And then, this is a long battle, and then now I have to make the decision of whether or not I Thunder Punch. And I think I'm going for a substitute. If they go U-turn, they're going to be faster anyway. Oh, they do U-turn. Of course they do. But I do resist, and I get behind a sub, so if they go into their own Iron Hands, this is going to be great for me. Now the awkward... Actually, no, it looks like they switch before I go substitute, so that's great. So they might go back into their Iron Hands. They go Gastrodon now. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, I wonder what Gastrodon has that can... Like, maybe they were expecting that they could, like, toxic... Well, I don't think Gastrodon gets toxic anymore. I don't know. Weird stuff. I'm at +2. I am going to get a little greedy here and get to +4. I'm also pretty bulky, so it's possible that they don't break my substitute with an attack, although it's pretty likely they will. But knowing that their last Pokemon's Gastrodon is great for me. That just gives me so much information. And of course, my opponent knows who my last Pokemon is as well. But like I said, if I can get rid of Dragapult, it's possible that Iron Bundle can take over the rest of the game. All right, I'm not weak to this anymore, which is great. Oh, and my sub doesn't break? That's huge. That's absolutely huge. That's great to know as well, because if they do break my sub with Gastrodon, it just means I get to sub again at some point. So I'm just going to Drain Punch here, just not mess around anymore. Does a ton of damage. It's going to get me a lot of recovery. They're probably going to go Earth Power here and break my sub. And then I'm just going to honestly substitute again. I don't think I lose anything for doing that. Knowing that an Earth Power can't break my sub, that's just amazing for me. Because, like, yeah, they could have Recover, but again, this is an exchange that ultimately I will be winning. And if I'm behind a sub, I can take on all of their Pokemon. If I'm behind a sub and at +6, none of their Pokemon can stop me. Wow, yes. So my opponent, there was a chance I lose that game, definitely, like if my opponent plays well, but I do think I was in the winning position there. And yeah, I'm just really loving Iron Hands more and more the more I use it. It's just such a fantastic Pokemon. It's a Pokemon that I've always looked at and it's like, okay, sure, that looks strong, but whatever. Like I'd never really gave it the time of day, but the couple of times that I've used it in these battles, it has been very good. So yeah, good stuff. Iron Hands taking over that game by itself. Super bulky, super strong. I love it. All right, let's go to game 2 here. Game number 2. My opponent's team is really cool. They don't have much bulk at all, which can be very good for us. because we have some bulky Pokemon that we can kind of pivot into and stuff. Of course, they do have Palafin, which is a little scary, but we have Toxapex too. Maybe this is going to be a Toxapex game. Toxapex is great against Palafin, pretty good against Chien-Pao, maybe decent against Goldango. I mean, Toxapex's bulk is just great against like everything here, I think. Now, the person who made this team did say, again, almost all of their guides said, or all of the rundowns they had said, like, you know, bring a lead Pokemon and then bring Arboliva and Iron Hands in the back. Could also lead Chien-Pao. No, I think I still lead Toxapex. Now, Toxapex is really going to struggle against my opponent's Goldango. But if they don't bring that for some reason, then Toxapex is amazing here. I also wonder if I could lead Annihilate. Like, leading with Toxapex is great, assuming they're gonna lead with Palafin, but I kind of like this, and then I think I'm also just gonna bring Bundle because it's faster than everything. Although, again, Dragapult's a scary thing. That leads me to believe that maybe bringing Chien-Pao is a little bit better. I'm gonna do that. I might regret this. But I just kind of feel like Toxapex is so good against their team that, like, there's a chance that Toxapex kind of does what Iron Hands did in the last game, which was just kind of take on everything 1v1. And again, you know, the person who made this team, once again, they said basically, I'm paraphrasing here, but they basically implied that in every single game you bring a Pokemon to lead, and then you bring Arboliva and Iron Hands. And I did not bring Arboliva or Iron Hands in this game, so I'm kind of going against what the person who made this team said, with the sole purpose being that you want to try something different here. Like, I'm doing this on purpose. So I'm gonna Terra and Fling right away. Now, if they're leading Dragapult, I actually think there's a chance that they're gonna be screens. So they're probably gonna go for Reflect here, which is pretty awkward on my part, but I mean, Annihilape's another Pokemon that can just kind of take things on 1v1, and if I keep taking gradual damage over the course of the battle, my Rage Fist is going to be so strong. Ooh, but they actually darts, which is, I'm happy about that. I mean, it does a lot of damage, but I am happy about that because, first of all, I'm going to paralyze them, but second of all, it means that they're more offensive, and that means they're not getting up screens. So yeah, paralyzing them means I should be faster, and it means that I should be able to freely fire off a Rage Fist, which is exactly what I'm going to do here. Because this should kill them unless they Terrastalize, and if they switch, whatever they switch into is probably going to take a lot of damage as well. So that's, again, Annihilape's another Pokemon that's just so good. So let's see what they do. They Sucker Punch! Okay, I live. Perfect. Oh god, I was not expecting that, although maybe I should have, because Sucker Punch is a move that Dragapult gets, and for offensive Dragapults, you know, they do typically run that for physical offensive Dragapults. Personally, when I run Dragapult, I love running Choice Specs or just special attacking in general. So I guess I didn't really think about Sucker Punch, obviously, but they go Chien-Pao now. And honestly, the sad thing is, I think my Annihilape's as good as dead, because Chien-Pao does have it does have priority, although something else. See, Toxapex is great here, but at the same time, I'm gonna go Toxapex. At the same time, Chien-Pao's ability lowers my defense, so that's really scary. If I flop here with Toxapex, like if I mess up and they knock out my Toxapex, the game is, and their Chien-Pao stays alive, the game is kind of over. So I have to be really careful with this. I think I just go Toxic now, though. They don't have a great switch in, and it also plays around Sucker Punch, because they're not going to go for an Ice-type move against me, and basically I can play around Sucker Punch all day. They do go Goldango, though, which is worst case scenario for Toxapex, but it's good information for me. Like, it is good to know that they have Goldango. I cannot Acid Spray, though, so this is another rough situation. I'm going to go into Annihilate, hoping that they might Nasty Plot or sub or something like that. I mean, I don't hope they sub. I hope they Nasty Plot. But it'll reveal some of their moveset as well. They also might Trick. Okay, they just straight up Shadow Ball, which is a good play on their part. So I know that I'm gonna need Toxapex alive for Chien-Pao. So I can't go into Toxapex here because it literally cannot touch Goldango. They are Life Orb. Okay, that's great information, actually. Unfortunately, though, our only dark move is Sucker Punch, so... This is going to be really weird. This is actually a critical turn. If I go Icicle Crash and then they somehow knock me out here, I lose the game because, like, if their Goldango stays alive and my Chien-Pao dies, I lose the game because Toxapex literally cannot touch Goldango. I'm going to Crash, though. We're going to play the risk. I do have Focus Sash, which is important. And I think Icicle Crash should do a good chunk of damage here. It's honestly the only move I have to touch Goldango, which is really awkward. Maybe I'll flinch them. My ability does lower their defense, so if they're not bulky, then it's possible I do a lot of damage anyway. And again, I am Focus Sash and Goldango does not have priority, so regardless of what happens this turn, I should survive and be able to get off another hit. Ooh, but that does not do enough damage. Yikes. Okay. Okay. So Sucker Punch would have killed them. Huh. I'm gonna Sucker Punch now. They might, if they're smart, they might play around this. Yeah, I put myself in a really rough position here. If we do knock them out with Sucker Punch, though, I do think we win this game. Yes. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, cool, cool. So now it's Chien-Pao versus Chien-Pao. They have not Terastallized. I feel like they're Terra Dark. I wonder if I go Ice Shard. We also can't, honestly, this might be really... Okay, so I'm thinking about going Sacred Sword because if they go Swords Dance, I kind of feel like we can lose the game. Although we have Haze on Toxapex. But I feel like, given that we're at 1 HP, I feel like there's no reason they're not going to just click a priority move, right? So I should do the same. I'm going to just play the safest possible. Okay, they do go Ice Shard, so... I mean, to be fair, to maybe ease my mind a little bit, if I had gone Ice Shard as well, there's still a chance that they outspeed me and kill me before I do anything. So, you know, I tried something there. I just wanted to play as safe as possible. And now I think we're in a good spot. The question is, what do I do? I think I'm just going to spam Acid Spray because we want to knock this thing out as quickly as possible. If they start setting up Swords Dances, we do have Haze. But as I said, even though Toxapex is extremely bulky, and this Toxapex, I believe, is max HP, max defense, their ability lowers my defense. Okay, but they go Ice Spinner, which honestly leads me to believe that they probably only have Sucker Punch as a damaging move. So that's good to know. And honestly, now that I know that, I think they might go, because that's why they went for Ice Spinner there. So I'm going to go Toxic here, predicting them to Sucker Punch. If they ever Swords Dance, though, I'm going to be scared. But basically, that'll give me one turn where I can Haze, which, given how little damage Ice Spinner did, I think even if they Swords Dance, a +2 Ice Spinner is not going to do that much damage to me. So basically what I'm saying is I think I'm in a really good position here. I think I'm probably going to be winning this game. Once I land this Toxic, I think I'm pretty safe. I'm just going to go ahead and recover right now just to be as safe as possible because I guess there's some chance that they could, like, I don't know, crit me twice in a row or something like that, and then I lose because of that. But I think I'm in a pretty good position now, right? And if they do Sword, I feel like I'm just perfectly positioned against anything. And you know what? They might actually just be Choice, right? That's something I haven't considered. If they are Choice, then I definitely win the game because Ice Spinner will never kill me. Oh, they do have Sucker Punch. Okay, good to know. So it's a prediction game, but like I said, I think I'm just well positioned against literally anything that they can possibly do. Like I said, if they Swords Dance, I just Haze the next turn, so I only have to worry about taking a +2 hit once. And with Black Sludge, yeah, this game is mine. Now, I hate winning with Toxapex because it is really, really annoying, but I actually do think that, second cancellation, I actually do think Toxapex is in a great position right now because of Pokemon like Chien-Pao and even Chi-Yu. Its typing's just really good against both of them, although at the same time they are dark types, so I think Chi-Yu can sometimes do a lot of damage to Toxapex, especially if you're physical Toxapex, but overall, I think Toxapex is actually a really good Pokemon in the meta right now, though it is very annoying, so if you want to stall people out and annoy people, it's a good choice, but if you'd rather just be more proactive, it might not be the best. And as you saw there, we very well could have lost that game if we misplayed against Goldango, because our Toxapex could literally not touch Goldango. And sadly, they removed Scald from the game. There's actually no Scald in the game right now, which is pretty sad. Anyways, that is the battle for today, the videos for today. And I might do another video with this team. I'm going to try to record tomorrow and then probably post it over the weekend. And then next week, I have been working on a new team of my own that I've been liking a lot, showing off a new Pokemon, but also a Pokemon that I love that I don't really use that often, that I'm excited. I have featured this other Pokemon before, but anyways, that's just looking ahead. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate everyone who watches these videos and comments. I love reading the comments, and I love hearing your feedback and your thoughts about, you know, the battles and the meta as well. So let me know in the comments how you've been doing. What's your favorite Pokemon so far? Pokemon Home has got to be right around the corner. They haven't announced it yet, but I feel like it's got to be coming soon. So what Pokemon are you most excited for to transfer to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet once Pokemon Home is live? Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you next time.